Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Find Me Falling, and this is the latest in a long legacy of Netflix rom-coms. And this film takes place on the Isle of Cyprus, where a failing rock star, John Allman, played by Harry Connick Jr., shows up, winds up getting a little house on the top of a cliff, where people happen to commit suicide, like famously commit suicide, at this very place. And he reconnects with Sia, played by Agnes Scott, a woman that he had been in love with, and to be perfectly frank, his most famous song is definitely about, and a young woman named Melina, played by Ali Fumiko Whitney, who he develops his connection with over music. And of course all the other people in this very small village that he winds up connecting with, including the people that, are trying to commit suicide. And this film is written and directed by Stellana Clearis, and this film hits all the beats you expect from that kind of, guy coming to a more exotic place and sparking up a romance or reigniting a flame, and that's exactly what this film's about. And it hits a lot of very familiar beats, and even some of the twists and surprises you can see a mile away, and they have the awkward comedy moments of people being showing up at the same place, and it's how do you know this one? How do you know that one? So a lot of the humor is very cliche too. There's a lot of very similar gags that you expect. But I can't help but appreciate the charm around this film. It's not a great film. It's not a good film. It's a rock-solid romantic comedy, and its humor is expected, and all the jokes, you've heard them before, probably done better, set up better, but Harry Connick Jr., who is not a great actor, but he's charismatic enough, and I think he leans into his place being a musician and stuff like that. I did like Scott and then Fumiko Whitney. I really liked the two of them. I thought they brought a lot of energy. You have this, the local captain, who's a lot of fun, who has a lot of connections in this town that wind up keep coming back and causing either uncomfortable moments or emotional moments. I do feel when this film is really dealing with the suicide aspect of this film, it's a bridge too far. It's this is some heavy stuff that I don't think this film's really prepared to tackle in a real, authentic kind of way. I think it does its best, but the tone of the film really doesn't match with it. And the most serious thing here is love and dealing with taking responsibility and being a parent and things like that. I think the film works in those elements just fine. But in the end, the music, the charm, that's what gets you. And compared to so many other Netflix rom-coms, I think this is better than the majority, but still doesn't make this a great film. It has its moments, it has its charm, and, especially if you're in rom-coms, it's worth a watch. But those are my thoughts on Find Me Falling. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.